a Chaos War band led by a Khorne Berserker, having just overthrown the local government, unbeknowingly triggers an uprising from the Genestealer cult of the Fanged Shadow. Today on Odds of War.
Hey, welcome back to Odds of War. We are back with another Kill Team battle report. Marcus, you're back. This time you've brought a different style of chaos for us.
Yeah, can you tell I like chaos?
Yeah. So what do you got, man? Tell us about it.
So I've got a weird list. This is basically a Red Corsairs raiding party.
Okay.
It consists of 1 Berserker champion.
Okay.
And 18 cultists.
That's a lot of bodies, man.
It is. It's a lot of very squishy bodies.
Yeah. But you know they're fun, right? You know they're gonna be moving around, taking board space up.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have 6-inch movement. You know, I'm so used to Death Guard being real slow, and being able to move full speed and advance when I need to, and plus them being Red Corsairs a renegade trait. Theirs being that they can reroll charge rolls. I can be a little faster and maybe a little more aggressive.
Right,
I think it'll be really fun. But also, I know that things are going to die, so we're going to see who's left at the end.
You see how it works out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Today I'm bringing the Cult of the Fanged Shadow. So yeah, that's my Genestealer cult kill team, now fully fleshed out.
Nice pun.
Yeah. Ooh. But yeah, so just to give you a little bit of what we're bringing today, we've got a leader. He's Jorel Kraus. He's going to be the only one that's named currently because you know we're getting there.
Yeah.
But he's got a power pick and just an auto pistol.
Okay.
You know? But he's led the cult from the first opening of the Kill Team starter set. If you catch my drift. So I like the idea that he's just gonna keep leading it.
Yeah, he's just been there.
Yeah, he's there.
He knows what to do.
That's right. He knows what's going on. He helped found the cult.
Yeah.
You know. I've got a aberrant with he's got the cool stop sign. You know, but it's going to be a power pick today.
Hey, when you can swing around a stop sign, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I love the look of it, of like he ripped it up out of the ground and then he's just smacking fools with it, you know. Just like, did you ever see The Matrix Reloaded, I think it was?
Yeah, sticks the sign in the ground.
Yes, and and that's just what I imagined. He just like ripped it up, and he does the opposite. He's the sign, and then he's just like swinging around. And, yeah, like I've got an acolyte hybrid, or no, I'm sorry, excuse me, a hybrid metamorph
so many
leader.
Hybrid acolyte.
Hybrid
whatever.
metamorph gets thrown around separately a lot in different other things, and then in this one it's together. He's a leader, but he's not the leader.
Okay.
He's just like the champion unit of that. He's going to be my zealot specialist today. And then I've got a neophyte hybrid gunner with the seismic cannon, which I think is a really awesome gun.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah.
Especially that tactic.
Yes, we're going to see if we can pull it off. I feel like it'll be really great if you bunch yourself up and I can make that happen. He'll be my heavy specialist today. So that way, because it is a heavy gun and it's very short range, so I need to get up there, you know.
You're going to need to make use of it.
Right, then I've got down in my non-specialists another neophyte gunner with a heavy stubber, a acolyte hybrid with demolition charges, which are hilarious one-use weapons. We'll see.
Those are like the big grenades.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like the cults, right? They're actually like all down underground. So a lot of their weapons and stuff are just mining equipment. And so this is literally, he's just got bundles of TNT that he's like carrying around, you know, that at one time were there for mining up precious ores, you know? Yeah, but no longer.
Nope. That's about blowing people up.
Yeah. Then we've got 2 more acolyte hybrids one with a heavy rock drill, one with a heavy rock cutter.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yeah. The words heavy, the words rock, and things with mining. The only thing that I wish I had in here was like a mining laser.
Oh, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, but not yet. And then we've got a hybrid metamorph with the cult icon, which allows me to reroll ones in the combat phase.
Nice.
So pretty melee forward list. Same with you. You've got got a lot of combat in there.
I definitely have more of I've got shooting, obviously, but it was tend to prefer going into melee. The way I've got it broken down is I have 8 cultists with brutal assault weapons and auto pistols. I've got 8 cultists with auto guns, and then I've got 2 little special guys here. They're both gunners. They're my only 2 specialists. And they're both gunners. And one, which has the heavy stubber, he is a heavy. Mm-hmm. And then I have the flamer guy, and he's my demolitions guy. That way he can kind of shoot stuff through windows of buildings. And it'll be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And then there's my mainstay, the star here. He's a berserker champion. So he's basically like an aspiring champion. He is my leader, but he's got extra attacks, and he's got extra strength. So he's actually strength 5 with 3 attacks, and then all the other normal Chaos Space Marine stuff. But he's also got blood for the blood god, so he gets to attack again. Then there is also the Heretic Astartes tactic, which is pick a Khorne unit, they fight again.
Ooh.
So he can fight 3 times in the fight phase.
Points
if I've got that one command point.
Yeah. Ooh.
And he has got a chain axe and a plasma pistol. So I hope to be able to kind of just punch through stuff with a plasma pistol, and then ultimately get into combat where he's going to really be really cool. And I could get a little more crazy with the number of attacks that he could do if he had a chain sword. But I figure since the model's cool and he has a chain axe, I just leave it at that.
Yeah, just leave it at that.
And having +1 or +1 strength on a strength 5 model against, say, your toughness 3 dudes.
Huge.
He's winning on 2s almost all the time.
Yeah. The only thing that's toughness 4 in my list is going to be the aberrant. Everybody else is T3, so anything he touches, bar the aberrant,
probably just delete.
He's just going to wipe them right off the face. Because I only have a 5-up save across everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and obviously I've got all the cultists. They're 6-up saves. They are fodder. I fully expect them to die a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but
we're gonna
see stuff because he's it being Red Corsairs. They get he gets the reroll charge rolls, but he also has an icon of Wrath, and what that does is all Khorne models within 6 inches of him, I think it's 6 inches, get to reroll charge rolls as well. So I've effectively given all of my Khorne Chaos cultists the Legion trait that they normally wouldn't be able to take per the rules anyway.
Right. Very
so
nice.
It kind of worked out.
Yeah,
and I think it'll be pretty fun.
Yeah, just to touch on too, the cult mutation that I'm going to be taking is the Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor.
What was that one again?
That's
I forget that one.
So yeah, Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor. It's you add 1 to your cult ambush rolls, and cult ambush is a army-wide, or in this case, kill team-wide special rule where before the game begins. I'll have to double check if it's before or after the initiative phase. Probably after. But you roll a die for each model, and on a 5-up, they get to move.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But so that'll just make it real easy peasy a 4-up.
So you almost have it's almost like the veteran tactic.
It's like everyone's a veteran. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm really excited because it just makes them better. I got a lot of close combat elements that I want to get in as quickly as possible, especially to mention the mission that we're playing today is the narrative play mission Ambush. I'm going to be ambushing your cultists today, so I want my melee guys in there as soon as possible to, try to roadblock you out as much as possible.
Yep, and I'm going to have to fight my way through that, and that will be pretty fun, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. You ready to jump into it?
I am.
Let's do it. So in the scouting phase, Marcus and myself both picked plant traps. So we're going to go ahead and show you what items we trapped. I rolled 2 for my D3 traps. Marcus rolled 1. So Marcus, if you'll go ahead and turn your back, there you go, thank you. And the one places I've trapped is this and this. All right, and Marcus, if you'll show us where you planted your trap.
And my one important trap is this right here.
All right, great. There we go. We're going to go ahead and get deployed. We'll be right back.
So starting at this point, we had a bit of a technical issue with our sound. So the entirety of turn 1 is going to be just voiced over like this, but at the end of movement phase for turn 2, we'll be back to the normal thing. Here you can see cult ambushes. A couple went off, getting a couple up. Our combat specialist failed his cult ambush, and then my leader and heavy specialist stayed back. And so did, you can see our icons stayed back as well. We went into initiative rolling for turn 1, in which the Genestealer cults won the initiative roll. So at this point, it's the turn 1 movement phase. Our heavy specialist and seismic cannon have both readied, and we're about to send some charges into the chaos lines. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to send our zealot specialist, charging 2 of the cultists there in front. So Marcus will fire Overwatch here, missing both shots. We'll roll our charge, making a 6, which gets us in easily, but not before just checking that range. There we go. Next up, we'll send our demolition charge, carrying Genestealer into the now tied up cultists, so there's no Overwatch. We roll a 3, which is going to just barely get us in. Next up, we're going to take our heavy rock drill and charge it into the cultists here on the corner. Marcus is going to take his Overwatch, consolidating the shots together since they have the same strength values. That's going to be 1 hit. And no wounds. So we'll go ahead and roll our charge, which we make it in easily with an 11. And next up, what we'll do is we will send in our heavy rock cutter into the now tied up cultist and 1 extra. And that's going to be no hits. Charge roll of 8 makes it in nicely. And the last thing we'll have to do, of course, we did advance our combat specialist in the back. We moved our leader. We readied there, like I said, advanced. And then we'll advance our bannerman for the last thing here, rolling a 1, and we'll move him off camera. Next, we'll go into the shooting phase, which was a pretty eventful one. Obviously, during the movement phase for Chaos, we've charged in a couple cultists into our different guys, and of course the champion, but we did not film any of the charges because, of course, there was no Overwatch to film, and we did have a couple cultists here advance moving through the crater, which did slow them down due to it being difficult terrain. So at the start of the shooting phase, we picked to start off with our readied models, of course, and we started with the seismic cannon using 2 CP to use seismic blast, which is if you hit your shots, every model within your 2 inches of your target you roll for, and they can become shaken. So after a quick measure out to see exactly who is the best target, we ended up selecting one particular cultist in the very back because it would allow us to potentially shake a good number of other cultist models, but without causing any shaken status to our own friendly Genestealers. So we chose this guy back here. So it's a 2-shot weapon. It is going to be hitting on 5s because of Obscured. So we get 1 hit, which is huge. That's what we needed because that's what the stratagem is keyed off of, is hits. Now we go ahead and we do our wound roll next. It's a strength 6 weapon, so we have 2s to wound, which we get the wound. There's the wound. All right, so it has AP -2, so it goes straight through the save. It's 2 damage, so we go to the injury roll, which does take the cultist out of action. After that, we go ahead and we start making our shaken rolls. So what we do is we roll 1 die for each model within 2 inches, and on a 5-up, they're shaken. So with a quick measure from where he was, that's going to catch the 3 in the line there, right there. And we'll go from the right to the left, and then we'll go to these gentlemen, and finally ending with him. So for the first one, he's fine. Second one, shaken. We're getting our shaken tokens here, so we weren't quite prepared. And there we go. All right, then for our third one, he is fine. Our fourth one, he is fine. Our fifth one, and he's shaken right here. And then for our last one, which is in combat currently, he is shaken. There we go. So next up, Marcus had some models ready back here. He had his flamer guy, flamer wielding cultist. He decided to try to flame my seismic cannon guy in the face. So he rolls his dice for automatic hits. It's 3 automatic hits. That's a strength 4 flamer. So we'll be looking for 3s to wound against my toughness 3 Genestealer, which we get 3 wounds. Now that's AP 0, and I have a 5-up save, so that means that I'm going to have to roll 3 dice looking for 5s. Which I make 1, but I fail 2, so that means that we're going to go to the injury roll. It's only damage 1, thank goodness. So on a 4-up, no. So that's going to be just a flesh wound. After that, we go to other readied models. We've got my heavy stubber firing into one of these cultists right here, the front guy. And we roll 3 dice. We're within half range and we're not obscured, so that means we're looking for 4s here. We get 2 hits. It's strength 4 weapon against toughness 3 cultist, so 3s to wound. That'll be 2 wounds. Marcus has a 6-up save here. He rolls and he fails his saves, so we go straight to the injury roll, which again is just a flesh wound. Next up, we have a Genestealer cultist with a heavy stubber firing at Yorl Kraus, our Genestealer cult Fanged Shadow leader. That heavy stubber is again a 3-shot weapon. We're within half range and Yorl is unobscured, so we'll be looking for 4s, which we get 1 hit, and that's strength 4 to toughness 3, so we'll be looking for 3s to wound, which we fail to get. So that'll be that. For the rest of the shooting phase, it's just some leftover cultists with pistols or autoguns firing into my seismic cannon, but they fail to wound or deal any flesh wounds or take him out of action, so we'll just go ahead and go straight into the fight phase. So this turn 1 fight phase was particularly brutal. We started off with our heavy rock cutter being a charging model, and we decided to fight a cultist. Even though we could have fought his champion or the other cultists to charge, we chose one of the cultists I charged. So it's 2 attacks, hitting on 4s, -1 for the rock cutter, hits on a 6, strength 8 to toughness 3 means 2s to wound. We get the wound. It has AP minus a bajillion, which is more than enough to go through the save of the cultist, which means that on a 4-up, we're going to take this cultist right out of action, which actually there's a special rule about taking wounds for the rock cutter, and if you roll more than their number of wounds remaining, then you can take them directly out of action. So either way, if I roll well enough here, I take them out of action, which on a 4-up, I take the cultist out of action. Next up in the fight phase, Marcus activates a cultist to attack my zealot specialist. because effectively his champion is safe now. 2 attacks. They hit on 4s. He manages to hit both. He manages to get a wound on there, and I end up failing my saves. Well, I fail 1 save and make 1 save, and he rolls an out of action, promptly taking my Zealot Specialist out of action before even being able to swing. After that, I follow up by activating another one of my charging models, which in this case is going to be my demolition charge guy. He's got a cultist knife, so that's going to add an extra attack. We hit on 3s there. We only manage to hit a single time, though, unfortunately. So next up we roll to wound, and we get our wound. Marcus attempts to save on a 6-up, which he fails, and I roll my injury roll for just a flesh wound. Next up, Marcus is going to activate one of his cultists here with 2 attacks, both of which miss. Afterwards, we are going to activate our heavy rock drill into the cultist here in the corner. It's going to be 2 attacks. They are in range of the banner, so I do get my reroll 1s here. And so that's going to be looking for 3s. We get 1 hit. Strength 8, so it's 2s to wound. We get our wound, and it's AP minus 3 or 4, so it's going to go straight through his save, and so we'll go straight to the injury roll, which is going to be an out of action result. So we take. Next up, we activate a second cultist, of which he manages to hit. He also manages to wound. I fail my 5-up save, and Marcus promptly rolls an out-of-action result, taking my demolition charge guy out of action. After that, we activate the champion, the one we've been waiting for, Khorne Berserker champion. He swings into my heavy rock cutter, hits 3 times, goes for the wounds, which are going to be 2s, because he used a Blessed of Khorne stratagem. It's AP minus 1, so I'm looking for 6s on the save. I do make some fails there. I make 1 save, I failed 2, and Marcus promptly rolls another out of action. So next up, thanks to Marcus's pile-in moves, my seismic cannon does get to swing into his cultist that piled in. The Khorne Berserker, unfortunately, is not going to be able to swing on our rock drill because he did not declare him as a target of a charge. But so with our seismic cannon, we roll to hit, just 1 attack, we do hit. We roll to wound, and that's going to be a wound. Marcus tries to save, which he fails. We roll our injury roll, and we get just a flesh wound result. Next up, we go into the morale phase with the fight phase being over. As we go off with our break checks. So first off, Chaos doesn't have to make a check at all, but I do have to make a break check. My highest leadership is Yorl Kraus with a leadership of 8. I roll a 3, meaning that my team does not break. Next, we remove our shaken tokens from our cultists back there, and we go straight into nerve checks. So we'll start off with my check here on my wounded seismic cannon, who is shaken with a result of 6. After we do the math on all of the chaos models who are they have a flesh wound, we realize that either they are going to pass because of the grouped up nature of them, or we don't roll it. So we just go straight into the initiative phase for turn 2, in which the Genestealer cults manage to take the initiative roll once again, and we go into movement phase for turn 2. Now, turn 2 movement phase, we kind of made a mistake. It's a tough one with plant traps. Marcus had planted a trap here on the barrels that we're looking at. And technically, I would have triggered them before when I moved towards them, but Marcus was a bit unclear on the timing of those. So since I was moving my leader anyway, we just went ahead and activated, which, as you saw, failed to do anything momentous. Now here in the movement phase, it's really simple for the Genestealer cults. I readied over there with my heavy specialist, and I'm going to make a charge move here with my combat specialist. So we're just going to group up our Overwatch here since it all hits on 6s regardless of modifiers. So even though the flesh wounds on the one guy, it doesn't matter. So we roll up 3 shots, of which we don't get anything. I roll my charge, making it in easily. Next up, I take my banner bearer there and I charge him into leader, the Khorne Berserker champion. There will be no Overwatch because he's still in combat. So I'll charge and I make it in easily with a 7.
All right, so we've got the chaos side has moved. Marcus, tell us what you did. What do we got?
So we had a couple different things going on. We had 3 readieds right here.
Yep.
We had 2 advances, although he's got a flame.
An assault weapon, yeah. So.
And we did have 1 charge. I believe, which was this guy. He came from over here. Just
right. But there was no Overwatch to film, so we just went. And then that's it, yeah.
And then had some normal moves. These gunners that were back here, or these normal cultists, they just kind of came up. And they're just kind of slowly making their way into the core here. Perfect.
And so we'll go ahead and go into the shooting phase. It is Genestealer cults with the with initiative. Yeah, so you know I'm going to fire him first because I rated him up. And he's going to fire into your flamer here because I can see that you're going to be trying to flame me in the face. So heavy stubber is 3 shots. Again, we're within half range. You're definitely not obscured. You're just standing brazenly out in the open.
I mean, yeah.
So we'll be hitting on 4s. Oh, we only got 1 hit. But we'll be wounding on 3s because it's strength 4. We got the wound.
Okay.
AP 0 for the stubber.
6. Whoops, off the table. That doesn't count. Do it again.
Oh, okay. Injury roll. We really need this to go off here because, frankly, I need to start taking some guys out of action here. Oh, he's out of action. That's huge for me because it's another guy out of action, which I need. And then and now the flame, I don't have to worry about it. Nope, all right, so that's it for my readied models. So it'll be you next.
Okay.
All of your readied models.
All right. Well, we'll do heavy stubber. He's mad now because this guy shot his specialist friend. So he's going to do 3 shots.
Thankfully, we're obscured. Oh, that's going to be 2 hits, though. It's going to be 3s to wound. Oh, it's 2 wounds. No. Is this another cultist of the Fanged Shadow out of action? Oh, so we fail both. So injury roll, but -1 because we have the intervening terrain. Ooh, just a flesh wound. Thank goodness.
He is entrenched in there.
Yeah, well, you know, he's you know what, maybe we're just going to remove that because we keep bumping into it. Yeah.
It finally crumbled with all the fighting.
Finally, right? Okay, and then let's go on to your next readied models.
That's just these 2.
All right.
So we're going to do the front guy into him.
Into the leader who got stuck out of the area, sadly. He was trying to get obscured, but it just didn't happen.
All right, so he's in half range, so we got no minuses going on.
Oh, wow, double ones, though. Jorl Krause's luck continues.
All right, well, that's that. So now this guy, he's got a -1 because flesh wound, so, you know. Ooh,
wow. Huge. Jorl Krause continues to be fine. So now we drop, that's all your readied models, right?
That is all readied, yeah.
So now we drop to non-readied models. So I do have a pistol here. It's
9-inch?
It's a 12-inch, so we're just at half range, it looks like.
But it looks like a bunch of obscurement.
Oh yeah, definitely a bunch of excurement. So to hit, no, we're not even gonna make. Yeah, that's nothing, and we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Now a bunch of my shooting.
Now a bunch of your shooting. Yes.
Okay, so let's start with the easy stuff first. We have some gunners here. Let's go with the leader.
All right, and these are 24-inch range, right?
They are. And I believe these guys are outside the 12. Actually, the front guy and the second guy aren't. The back guy is.
Okay.
So no minus there. So we'll do the front guy first.
All right.
2 shots.
1 hit. No wound. Oh, Jorl Krause.
Second guy.
One hit. No wound! Jorl Kraus, the absolute mad
All right,
lad.
now this is on 5s for the last guy. Get
One hit.
Okay. Go! Yes!
Oh, gets the wound.
Okay.
All right, but a 5-up save? No. Injury roll. Oh, it's just a flesh wound.
That was close.
Oh man, Jorl Kraus sticking in it.
All right, so they're just going to go into Mr. Flesh Wound there. And
Okay.
I'll do this guy first.
Okay.
Because, actually, you know what? Let's do the Flesh Wound guy first.
Okay.
Because,
Hits.
That's it, surprisingly.
It's going to be a hit.
No
That's not
wound.
going to be a wound.
Other guy does not get
Does not hit. Okay. So that's the
And
end.
that's it, yeah.
If you're ready, we'll just go straight into the fight phase.
We will indeed.
So we'll start off with chargers. I'm going to try to take down your champion here. Now, he is armed with a metamorph talon. I'm going to spend my first command point for this round and use Toxin Gland.
Uh-oh.
So 1 CP.
That doesn't sound fun.
Use this tactic when you pick a hybrid metamorph from your kill team to fight in the fight phase. Add 1 to wound rolls for that model's Rending Claw or Metamorph Talon until the end of the phase. So we've got +1 to hit and we've got +1 to wound, which is really nice. I like that quite a lot. We've got 3 attacks. So we're 3 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s into your champion. We got 3 hits. Now our hybrid metamorph, he's only strength 4, so it would be 4s to wound, but I do have a +1 to wound, so that's going to be 3s. So here we go. That's going to be 2 wounds, sir.
Yikes.
2 wounds,
Alrighty.
but no AP on these.
Okay.
So
and
we're
this is going into
your champion.
my champion. So he's got 3 up save.
Oh, huge!
That's not good.
All right. He's just 1 wound, correct?
Just 1 wound.
Just 1 wound. We could get a super cheeky injury roll here and just take him right out of action. Oh, it is. That's it. The champion
And there's
of
nothing for that, is
Khorne
there?
taken out of action by the hybrid metamorph, the hero of the cult of the Fanged Shadow.
God.
Bit more technical difficulty here. Lost the audio for a moment, but we're going to fight with our cultist into our heavy rock drill. And that's going to be 2 attacks for 2 hits. And 1 wound.
Oh,
Flesh
just
wound.
a flesh wound. Oh, this is huge.
This is very interesting.
All right. So in that case, then it's my charges next. So he's gonna split 1 attack into each guy. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go from right to left. So we'll go 1, 2, and then 3 with the flesh wound. So he's got a weapon skill, I believe, of 3 up. Just make sure I'm not telling tales out of school here. Yep, 3 up. So first guy hits, second guy fails, third guy fails. Oh, aberrant. You're not doing great here. He's strength 5, so it's 3s to wound. Gets the wound, AP -2, straight through, damage 1. Injury roll.
Oh, just straight through, yeah.
Out of action, so that's that gentleman there.
Ball guy 2. No.
Boom. We were pretty worried about it being a whitewash.
On turn
One
1.
way, yeah, but now
Then
it's
I went, and then it was like, oh, maybe not too bad. And now it's looking again.
yeah, it's looking a little interesting now because well, I mean,
boy.
it's interesting because I'm almost for sure going to break here. Doesn't mean anything for the
We'll
game,
see.
but we'll see. So we go to non-charging models, which for me is my shaken model, so he can't act. So now it's just you left
Who
for
fights?
your fights.
Let's fight. Okay. So Bald Guy 1 is going to avenge Bald Guy
Okay.
2. 2 attacks. I get 1.
1 hit, toughness 4 here, so it's going to be 5s to wound.
Nope.
No, so no wound there. All right.
We'll do him into him.
Okay.
5s. No.
No.
We will do him into him.
Okay.
4s. No.
No.
Wow, what's happening? This guy into him.
Okay.
5s.
1.
Huh. Got it.
Gets it. 5 up save. Come on, buddy.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And
You get a +1 to this injury
3.
roll. He's
gone.
out of action. He's gone.
But, right side, you don't have any shaken models anymore.
That's true.
I
That's
did you a
true.
favor.
Now, I do have to check for breaking again. So we'll just roll that really quick. I do not break because my highest leadership is 8, thanks to the leader. But this is pretty impactful.
Yes,
because I've got 3 tests to take. So I've got 4 guys out of action. I did my break check. Now, are you breaking?
That's what I need to.
You've
figure.
got
so
2,
6.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I have
No, that's my flesh wound right here.
that is, yeah.
So you've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're still good. So yeah, so you don't break. Now, if we had shaken tokens, we'd remove them, and we do our nerve tests. So over here, we've got 4 guys out of action. That's a +4 to the roll. He's leadership 7. He's shaken, so he's not acting next turn.
Oh no.
Which is, I mean, this is big because
Mr.
you
Stubborn.
might, this might
been doing the
swing.
work.
Now, this guy, he's fine because he doesn't even have a flesh wound. My combat specialist is fine as well.
However,
but this
Mr.
guy,
Drill.
the heavy rock drill, okay, is he shaken? He's definitely shaken with a 6. Ooh, this is bad. And then now our leader, our last bastion, our last line of defense here, he's leadership 8. He's got no one around him. He's got a +4 to the roll. So as long as I roll not a 5 or a 6.
Don't do that. Oh no.
I rolled a 6.
I'm
I
sorry,
do
buddy.
have
You can command.
I do have a CP left, which I believe I can re-roll. Insane Bravery, right? Let's get right here. Use this tactic before taking any nerve tests.
you have to choose.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You can pass one. Oh, well, can I do my command re-roll, though?
I
My
think it.
tactical
the one thing
re-roll?
that we checked was it did not do bravery checks.
It does nerve tests.
Nerve tests.
Yeah, injury roll or nerve test, but not the break check.
That's
So
what it was.
yeah, so I can re-roll, so I'm going to re-roll that. So not a 5 or a 6.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
Oh no. Oh god.
All right. Well,
Oh man. Swingy game.
we're shaken here. We're shaken here. The only Genestealer cult model that can act
Oh my
is
gosh.
my icon bearer.
That's insane.
Sir, can you just take your
Yeah.
nerve tests for a minute? So you've got a minus or a +6 to your roll.
And they have,
and
actually,
then
they
now-
have leadership 5.
So this guy's got leadership 5. He does have one guy next to him.
Yep.
So that's going to be a -1 to the roll. So you have effectively a +5 to the roll. So basically you have to roll a natural 1 because a natural 1 always passes here.
Nope.
So he's shaken.
And that's
okay.
this guy.
Yeah. Well, at least we're tying a couple things down.
That's
Now
some
this guy right here.
So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4.
4,
around him.
yeah, I'd say 4 right there. 4
Yeah.
around him, and you've got a +6. So you basically have a +2 to this roll. With a 3, a +2 is a 5, so he
doesn't
passes.
He's fine.
And then now here, this guy,
just 1.
he's just going to have 1, so he's got a +5 to the roll. So again, you need to roll a natural 1.
Got it.
Oh, no. All right, so let's just go ahead and do our initiative next, because the movement phase is going to be real short.
Maybe I can get it this time.
I roll 3.
I got a 5.
You roll a 5.
I got it with a 5.
So that's it. All right, so movement phase is over. It's a really quick one for the Genestealer cults. We're shaken here. We're shaken here and back here. So they did nothing. Our combat specialist is staying stuck in. And then our banner guy here. Well,
Some unfortunate rules that happened.
because of the way the rules work, he was fallen back from, which means he started the movement phase within an inch of a model. So he can either remain stationary or fall back. So he's remaining stationary, so I can at
Because
least...
you have to fall back that way, and that.
at
wouldn't
least
look
I can
anything.
fire my pistol.
Yeah.
All right, and then what do we do here with all of our cultists?
So had a couple things happen. So we had the 2 that were in combat over here fall back this way.
Okay.
We had Bald Man 1 who was here. He fell back.
Mm-hmm.
We had these guys trudge through here. This guy moved up.
Yep.
And I actually got one guy off the board. So
There we
he's all
go.
safe. He escaped.
Yeah, so there we go. This is...
And then I had, the heavy guy. he walked over here. So he's slowly making his way.
So he's making his way downtown.
Indeed.
All right, so then actually we'll just go straight into the shooting phase. So we'll start with you because you have the initiative. We have no readied models.
Nope. So
All right.
we'll do the heavy stubber.
Absolutely.
Now because he's the heavy, he won't get the penalty for moving. So
right.
That's nice. And I'll just put the 3 shots into that guy.
Into Yorl Kraus.
Yorl
Oh, God.
Kraus.
Yorl Kraus, please.
3
All right, let's see it.
And force. Oh, my God.
Oh, Yorl Kraus's luck continues.
Command reroll?
Okay.
Got it.
Oh, gets the hit. Oh, no.
Force.
A 3's here.
3's actually. Got it.
Oh,
okay.
no.
No AP, though.
No AP.
But he's got a -1.
Yorl Kraus.
Does that matter?
It'll matter for the injury roll.
That's what it matters for.
Oh, he makes his save.
Oh
His
my
armor,
God.
even though he's shaken,
my God.
standing, fearful. He lives to tell the
His
tale.
are shaking, but he's not moving.
That's right.
But that's fine. We have a lot of more shooty guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So then it'll just be me with an auto pistol really quick, and we'll just fire into... actually, we'll just fire into this guy because he's not at long range. He's... actually, maybe I'll throw a grenade now that I... Because that's a couple more shots. If he has a grenade, let me just double check. Hybrid Metamorph, Auto Pistol, Rending Claw, Metamorph Talon, and Blasting Charges. Yep. So we'll fire a Blasting Charge, which is a grenade, D6, Strength 3, AP 0, Damage 1. We'll fire it at this guy. So D6 shots.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, God.
Okay, so we're just one shot. All right, so double ones. That's how you go. Let's see the rest of the shooting.
You know what it was? From what I can tell, he kind of has his hands full. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's got his claw. He's got his other claw, and his only thing with
Yeah.
thumbs.
Yeah, if you
has a
look at
banner,
him.
so-
Yeah, I mean, no wonder he can't throw anything.
Yeah.
He's all claws.
You know what he was doing is he
Oh,
kind of
God.
had the pull the banner just like in his elbow, and he's getting the
Yes,
getting the
yeah,
grenade,
yeah.
does one of these.
Yeah, he's got his knife like tucked in between his teeth, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Hold on, I can do it.
Yeah.
Give me a second."
Oh, no, I got it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What's next?
Okay. Let's do this guy with the autogun into Jarl von
Into
Strauss.
Jarl. That's Kraus, good
Oh,
sir.
you're
I'm actually
right.
going to remove this just entirely because we'll keep it there, but just so we can see it a bit better here.
2. Oh, I didn't either. I suck at shooting.
Dude.
It's just me, I guess. Okay, we're gonna go to the next autogun. This
Okay.
guy into him.
Okay.
2. I got 1.
Okay, one hit.
Okay,
All right.
Okay. This is
That'll be forced to wound. Yeah.
Got it.
Ugh.
Okay. 5-up save. Oh no.
That's 3 ones in a row for me. Injury roll then.
Huh?
He's out of action. He's
goodbye.
gone. Sorry, Yorl.
Goodbye.
Oh man.
Okay. Well,
All right.
These guys saw the
Saw the
pitiful
attempt.
attempt at
Oh,
a grenade
God.
throw. So
There
they're
was an
gonna-
attempt.
We're gonna pump it that way.
Okay, let's see it.
Let's do him into him. 2. I got both.
Oh God.
And I got 1.
Oh
wound.
God. Okay. 5 up.
Oh, that's
This is 4 ones in a row.
happening.
Okay.
Okay, injury roll.
Okay,
so
just
it's
a flesh wound. All right, just a
Okay.
flesh wound.
Okay.
Thank God.
The next guy into him.
Okay.
2 shots. Okay,
Nothing.
Nothing. And
Thank
then,
God.
him into him. Which actually, he might be a bit obscured.
He might be. I think he's going to be
it's
obscured.
It's gonna be 5s, which I get 1.
1. Okay.
Let me get this die to here. Okay, and nope.
No. Okay. Thank God.
And then him
Mm-hmm.
into him.
Okay.
I think that's the last shooter too. Oh no, I got some pistols to do. 2 shots. I can
2
work out
hits.
both. Oh no. He's
Oh.
obscured.
Yep.
Actually,
1 hit.
that doesn't either because he's got a flesh wound and the obscure.
Oh, so it'd
you
just be
don't
6.
see.
Yeah. So nothing there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay. And then
Great.
he's shaken, so nothing's happening.
So nothing
but
happened
he's
there.
got a pistol into this.
Yep.
So. Oh, I got it.
That's a hit.
Oh my God, I got it.
That's a wound.
It's happening. Is he gone?
Okay, this is the 1 dice. We're going to set that,
That guy
over
over there.
here. We're going to leave that there. And we're going to roll a different one. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So that's
we pass our
This
save.
guy's in timeout.
Yeah, he's
guys are
actually, but he's going to be here for the nerve checks because one's pass. Okay.
I think you're tempting.
Speaking of, we'll just go straight into the combat phase because it's going to be a pretty quick one.
Yep.
So you have one guy in combat here,
Yep.
not shaken,
Nope.
so you can go ahead and swing on him.
I miss one, get the other.
Yep. That's going to be a wound. Can I make another 5 up? I can. Okay, very nice.
Okay.
And then now we'll go ahead and we'll just go into our combat
so
guy,
bad.
just straight into him, just looking to murder him. 3 attacks, 2 hits.
Okay.
That's going to be 1 wound, AP minus 2, so just go straight through. Damage 1. We're just going to go straight to the injury roll.
Ooh.
It is a flesh wound. Wow.
That's 1.
Oh no, maybe that was the die. Okay. So that's 2 flesh wounds on him now. That's no, that's on this guy here.
Oh,
That's
it's
the
on this
combat
guy.
specialist, yeah.
What am I thinking? 2. There we go.
There we go. And that's it for combat.
It is,
So morale phase. Okay.
Yep.
So my kill team, does it break? I only have leadership 7 now. I break. All right. I remove my shaken tokens. And then I take my nerve checks. So I have a +5 to this roll. So he's leadership 7. So a 1 or a 2, he'll pass. No.
He's back to being shaken.
So he's back to being shaken. He's stun locked.
There's a monk in the house.
We're gonna. Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay. We're just gonna roll him. It's fine. Leadership 7. We have a +4 here because we're good right there. He's shaken. This guy. Yes! He's not shaken. We're
Nice.
good there. And then this guy right here is shaken. So that's a lot of stun lock for the Genestealer cults. But now it's the
That's fine.
chaos. So we've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're still fine. You don't even have to test. And then we'll remove your 1 shaken token. And then we'll do a check here. He's shaken. Because only a natural 1 was going to save him.
Yeah.
Here, yep.
Those guys are 2s, I think. He's shaken.
He's going to be shaken because that's 6 plus 6, 7 is
But he also
13.
has
But then he's got...
3.
Yeah, but it's 13. He'd have to have a -8. So he's shaken as well. At least we got some stuff locked down. And then we got a test right here. He's only going to have maybe 4. Oh, a 6 as well. So that's going to be him shaken.
We'll get a token.
Yeah. So let's just go ahead and do initiative for round 4. Oh,
We're just going to do things in order.
just going to do it the right way. Here we go. All right. So let's do initiative for round 4. A 4.
Ooh.
And 11. All right,
my.
so Genestealer cults are going second. We've done most of our movements here. Actually, these guys, right, they'd be just on the...
So they would actually
outside of
back
there.
a little tiny bit, I think.
Yeah,
Bam. Right there.
there we go. So we've done our movement for the cultist. We just wanted to show you really quick. We're going to be doing the stratagem again to try to just take somebody off the field.
Slink away. It's going to be this guy.
Okay, let's see it. So you're looking for a 6?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
All right, so I'm back down to 1 CP.
Yep. All right. And movement for the Genestealer cults was really fast. Nothing moved. So we'll go right into the shooting phase. So now just to clarify, we did a lot of advancing.
We did.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, basically the group that was in here that could move advanced out. I got actually 2 guys off the board in doing so.
Yep.
And then some other guys got up front.
All right. And then we had these guys doing what over here?
And then these guys, I didn't move them, and I didn't move him either. So actually, let's do that real quick. He's going to advance, so let's just see that.
That's
he's
6,
gone.
so he's off the board.
We're going to try and advance that guy.
That's
probably
4?
gonna do it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Goodbye.
So he's gone. And then what
He's
about
gonna
him
just
now that he's
move.
not slinking away? Just
Yeah,
moving down.
Just moving
Okay.
down. That's his full movement.
Great.
Just to move down.
And then, so then that means for shooting phase, do you have any assault weapons for your advances? Nothing,
I
right?
don't.
Yeah, so it's just my one guy right here. He'll chuck a blasting charge.
Well, I can't shoot with him because he didn't advance. shots.
Yes. Okay. So you go. You can shoot with him
Which he's going to shoot over into this guy.
into the icon.
Because I
Okay.
think that's really the only person who can. And he is obscured.
Okay.
So it's going to be on 5s. Oh my god.
Oh my. Well, that was 3. Yeah. So okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
First.
3s to wound here.
Oh, 3s.
2. Yeah, because toughness 3 to strength 4 to tough 3.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So 5s to save. No. Injury roll with a +1. He's out of action. Gone. Just brutal. Just brutal.
Right off the board.
All right. Well, I'll just throw my 1 charge over here for
There
5
we go.
shots.
That's
Okay.
better.
Okay.
That's better. And I imagine that's going to
and
hit
it's
this
good.
man.
Yeah, yeah. And
Trying
it's
to
going to
run
be
away from combat.
Yeah, it's going to be 5s to hit because we have a flesh wound. So we got 3 hits.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like
That
that.
was my last
And 4s to wounds.
That's not
No. Okay. All right, and then that's actually going to be it because there's going to be there will be no combat because both of them are shaken.
Both should.
So we drop down back to morale phase.
Yep.
I'm broken already.
Yep.
But I remove my shaken tokens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then before I take any nerve checks, I'm going to spend 1 command point to just auto pass the nerve check here.
Okay.
So the combat specialist auto passes. And then I'll go ahead and I'll roll for my heavy specialist. He's going to be shaken again.
I got it. That's unfortunate.
And I think I'll spend my other command point because I actually didn't spend a command point at all last round to just try to re-roll that. Is it worth it? 2, 4, 6 are out of action. So he's got a. So I'm re-rolling for a natural 1, but it's like not
tough.
like it matters here. But the game might end here, or it might go on. We'll find out. So I'll just go if I'm looking for a natural 1. No. Okay. And then we'll roll for the check for him. No. Okay. So he's shaken again. But I do have my combat specialist this time. All right. And then you still don't even have to check for a break, but you do have to take your nerve tests here.
Let's do it. Ooh,
He's shaken.
He's shaken.
Our nerve test here.
He's also.
He's shaken.
They're back.
And our nerve test here. He's shaken. Okay. Well, at least we have that, and I at least
Oh, I gave it.
have a likelihood of being able to maybe take this guy out of combat. But that was round 4. Last bit of technical issue here. We lost sound one last time, but it was the bottom of round 4, and the attacker needed to roll, and on a 3-up, the game continued, and on a 1 or 2, the game ended. We roll a 2, and that is the end of the game. So there it is, man.
Yeah.
A Genestealer victory by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, lot to kind of digest about that
Yeah.
one, right? Bit of technical difficulties. We'll see how they come out in post. Genestealers did their job, delayed the chaos long enough for reinforcements to arrive,
And ultimately,
sweep in, and
that's
take those sweet, sweet pants.
that's all you had to do. Ultimately.
That's it. Just stall.
Yeah. Like, the biggest thing was these right here.
The craters.
Oh my God.
Well,
These
that's
craters.
I was
God.
saying during the match, I was really surprised in the scouting phase that you didn't take scout out terrain, because I thought for sure with that crater in the dead center of the board and your necessity of like getting across, like that I felt like that was like the pick.
That was definitely, if I was going by like a by the book, like obvious answer, definitely should have done that. And of course, hindsight 2020.
Sure,
Even
yeah,
myself
yeah.
looking back, like, yeah, probably should have done it. But I actually took a gamble on the reason why I also did set up traps is I kind of anticipated you maybe moving closer to me so that the engagement happened like farther away from the escape zone. And so even if I then make it through that, I still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Which kind of happened. You moved up in and we started fighting about it, but then you guys started dying. And so that kind of
that
went
was
down there.
so brutal, man. First 2 turns and I have like half my team off the board.
Yeah.
Like,
so yeah, it just didn't work out. Especially I think where I placed it, because I was kind of thinking that what might happen is we might migrate that way, and in pulling you with me, it'll trigger traps, and then nothing happens.
Well, yeah,
and
like
so-
I said, that was funny because I trapped that because I
Yeah.
was like, that's the obvious route for you to go down, so you could run by it and then get trapped. And the other one I placed was actually the pile of barrels in the back corner there, because I was like, maybe
you
were going to like try to circle
Gotcha.
around, and I didn't
It
pan
was-
out, you know.
It was tough because I think I would have been primed with actually less models. Because
Yeah.
I had like all these dudes just right in this little tiny lane. And so then there's a lane and then craters immediately outside. And so
Yeah.
then it was just like kind of trying to do this. And then I ultimately had guys just trudging through the crater.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if I had chosen, scout out terrain, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
would have been a bit zippier.
Yeah.
I feel like perhaps what I should have done was maybe do a bit of either scout out forces,
Okay.
because then because you have so many more models that I could have been like, okay, I'm gonna like just keep these 3 off, like until I see where you put all your guys and deprive you of that information. Because as it stood, I was deployed before you had even put half your models down.
Yep.
And so you were just like, okay, well, I know where to go.
Yeah, because
now.
as soon as I saw where you were, I was actually able, I don't know if you noticed, but when I was deploying, I was putting a lot of the autogun guys almost right up to the boundary of where I could go.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that you were kind of split up, I was just like, okay, well now I can put all the melee focused cultists just in a layer in front of them.
Yeah.
And that worked out because immediately you charged, or you did the ambush and charge, and so then you were fighting the melee focused guys instead of the autogun guys. And so that, in some ways, I was able to do what you were just talking about just naturally. And I think you're right that if you had been able, or if you had done that tactic or that in the scouting phase, it probably would have positioned you much better.
Yeah.
Because then you would have seen me go, well, now I have to think about if I want to do my original plan. And if I did that, you can go, oh, well, I'll just focus here, or maybe pull back and just shoot you more.
Yeah.
Because you kind of had a Normandy set up that you had the opportunity to do that, where I'm forced to go through all of that stuff. And you could the entire time just shoot on me and create that I have to go through that lane. And so then what could have happened is you hang back, shoot a bunch, a lot of guys are going to die, and then at some point I'm going to get there, and then traps and fighting.
Yeah,
and
that's
all
what
that stuff.
I would have been better served if I had brought a kill team with maybe like swap out a couple of these guys for more like heavy gunners, like the rock cutter or the rock drill, like swap them out for more heavy gunners, and then had them back there providing that more. Because as it was, like once I charged in, you were like, well, I'll just bury you under weight of attacks, you know.
And that it was kind of a funny game because we were all dealing with just lower numbers.
Yeah.
It was a lot of low strength, a lot of low toughness. Saves were crappy. And so it was just roll. Okay, we're going to throw dice and see what happens. And so then at that point, I'm like, well, I'm just going to bury you in attacks. And I did that as much as I could.
Well, and and I have a wonderful knack for rolling ones.
Oh, that was awful.
Oh, it was brutal.
Well, if it's any consolation, the biggest disappointment that entire game for me
was your Chaos Champion.
That guy.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything. He didn't get to fire his plasma pistol.
He did.
He
killed. He
immortalized one.
Yeah, he killed the rock cutter.
One guy.
Yeah.
And then immediately died.
Yeah.
And just like last game, I know I talked about it in our wrap up, but
power
armor.
It's harsh. Well, because you pay a premium for it. You pay extra for the 3-up save, and ultimately it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and then there's the one wound, and we don't have any tactics to
alter
the injury roll.
I think what it is actually just there's maybe a bit too much a proliferation of higher AP weaponry.
It is true.
And because like once you get into close combat, I feel like that's where you should see your real armor piercing stuff. And of course, you should always have at least one thing that has like good AP, but like good AP is like 2. AP minus 2 is like enough to like you're good.
And that's the thing is I feel like, why is it that I can have this little guy, he's a human, and then all of a sudden he's pumping out things that kill this guy who's supposed to murder everything and not die.
Yeah.
And so it's just one of those things. And obviously like fluff versus mechanics.
Absolutely. Well, but even in the fluff wise, right, it's like even the most heavily power armored, most elite, powerful guy, warrior in the galaxy can fall to an expertly placed dagger to the spine, you know, that goes right through the arm. And that's where that comes in with the, like, anyone can, you know, it's like...
Yeah, and I'm not saying, like, these guys should be immortal. But I think what I'd like to see...
But I mean, you know,
yeah,
come on.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I think what I'd like to see, honestly, is if you've got power armor, ignoring maybe AP -1.
Yeah. Yeah, just like a flat AP. If it's AP -1,
you ignore that.
Ignore it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because then it makes it where, like, it incentivizes people that if you know you're going to be facing power armor, bring a little more AP2 things. And then at that point, I know you're having to work for that.
Yeah.
But if you could just drown me in a bunch of fire that's like, okay, it's AP -1 and I have, you know, 30 shots. And of course, I know we're kind of entering into, like, the bigger version of the game. But even here, like, you know, if maybe we had turned the tide and you had this guy and this number of shots, you could just go, I'll fire 8 dudes into him and he's probably just going to die.
He'll eventually go down.
It's just a numbers thing. And so being able to ignore, I think, just AP -1 for power armor, just across the board, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But we're not the game designers, so...
Maybe one day.
Maybe.
You know.
Maybe I'll move to London.
Right, you know, write in and be like, here's why you should do this. And they'll be like, thanks, we didn't think of that. We're going to send you a paycheck.
US, here's what we think.
Yeah.
Because everyone likes that.
Yeah, everyone loves being told how to do their job.
Especially from Americans.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in again.
Thanks for having me again.
And
it was fun.
We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye, guys.